Hello there, good afternoon everybody. Hello Lisa, Linda, hello to you, Jean, Anne, Carvex, Brian, hello Brian, Olive's in Pennsylvania, hi Sue, Janet, Marita, have a sick cat due to, that's understandable. Lisa, just let us know. Hello Maureen Somerset, I've gone all blank on Facebook, so I'm just saying hello to everyone on YouTube while it refreshes. Bear with me, Facebook people, please. Hi Karina, hi Margaret. Hi Leanna, Leanna's talking to Lisa, sorry. Solveig, hello to you. Oh, hi Nancy in Colorado. Oh, there we go. We've refreshed on Facebook. Who've we got? Jackie, Patricia, Helen Sue, Amanda Jones. Sorry if I miss anybody. Good wet after. It's soaking here, Cynthia. It's just, it's not even raining. It's heavy drizzle. It's not even impressive rain. Bobby won't come out. Hi Pie Dad, Anika and Nikki and Raina and Jennifer and Hilary and Anika and Patricia, and gosh, aren't we busy? Who have we got? 252 on Facebook and 104 on YouTube. Hello Jane in the Gulf of Mexico. What's it like over there? So how are we all doing? What have you been up to? What have you been sewing? What would you like to? We're going to make a bag and I think you'll like it. It's ever so easy. I called it a no frills bag because there's no pockets, there's no zips, there's nothing on the inside, it's plain on the outside. It just really suited the fabric. I love this fabric. It's the butterfly floral canvas. It's gorgeous. And now we're all thinking about springtime, and I know you are because of the fabric you've been buying off the website. It's all pretty springs and pastels and lots of happy sheep going out. But that's what we're going to make in a bit. I'm using Decaville Light for it, but you can use other interfacing if you wish, but we'll have a chat about that in a bit. We love purple, says Linda. We do love purple. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Lovely, really lovely. Classy, I'd say. Classy and a little bit posh. Oh, join the Half Yard Club. Glad to be back. Welcome back, Pauline. Have we got any more new members to the Half Yard Club? Is this maybe the first time you've watched us live on a Wednesday afternoon? Come and let me know. Who's that saying all well with me? Sorry, did you enjoy Stitches? I did actually, Sarah. We just stayed there for one day. We were there all day on the Sunday. Stitches, if you're not aware, is a trade show that's a yearly event, but hasn't been for a while, at the NEC. So it was mainly fabric, and it's just people showcasing what's coming up new. So it's nice to catch up with suppliers that we already have. It's nice to catch up with our publishers, as in mine and Kim's publishers, and see our books all over the stand. And it's nice to catch up with the Craft Cotton Company or Visage, who we design fabrics for. I have to say my daughter took over the Visage stand. Nothing of mine on there, but there's Kimberly's new fabrics coming out in October, and here's Kimberly's. It was all about Kimberly. I'm very much Kim's mum these days and very proud of it. But we've got some new suppliers as well, so we're going to be stocking Lewis and Irene. And yes, they will have they've got some Jubilee fabrics that we've been searching for forever. We're going to be stocking K Facet fabrics, and we're going to be stocking William Morris & Co. So we've got 3 new suppliers on board as well, so that's quite exciting. Hi Helene. I made a 20 by 20 cube, but never again. It was hard getting under the machine, but holds lots of yarns. Thicker needles, I think, Donna. Try a denim needle. Hi Mary, first time here on Facebook. Hello to you. Nice to have you along. Oh, thank you, Kaylee. It was next. So it's nothing very expensive. Hello Margaret. Hello Denise. Lisa's a newbie. Hello Lisa, a newbie. So hello to all of our new ladies and gentlemen. I know there's a lot of you that. Oh, Anika, I can't translate that. Let's see if I can. Oh no, so I don't know what you're saying. I'll have a look back later on. A lot of you are. Oh, thank you, Joe. Very willing today. A lot of you like to watch but don't comment. So if you do watch, and if you watch for a long time, and you want to just say hello, then come and say hello. Hi Sue in Brisbane. I think so. Okay, really excited about this. Spent a fortune. Did I make my black? It's a dress. No, I didn't make it. I don't get time to do that. Shipping costs. Linda, the fabrics that we sell, I don't know how you get those in the States, but the fabrics that we design are available through Checkers. So you should be able to buy them over there. Anne's away in Scotland. Oh, lovely. Having a nice time. I've been to Scotland for a long time. Oh, EPP. What else are you up to? Hello, Denise. Hello, Diane. Is it Strawberry Thief? I don't know. It's a William Morris, but next to a whole load of William Morris stuff nowadays. Any luck with the little house packs? Mary, yes, we're working on them. The doll's house behind me here, which is this month's second project. It'll be out in a couple of weeks for the Half Yard Sewing Club. We are putting together some packs. We've got the pink spot, we've got the yellow. You'll have a random selection of fabrics to make up the bunting and the doors. We haven't got exactly the same greens that's on the inside, but we've got a very similar one. You'll have bonderweb because you've got your applique. You'll have your hair bungees to fasten them over. You'll have buttons, and you will have the card to go inside there. We're just having them all put together at the moment, so they're not available now, but hopefully by next week we're going to have the kits for those available for you. Thanks, Helene. Made your Roman blind the other day. Oh, thank you. That's been one of my most popular videos on YouTube. Oh, hello, Amanda. Welcome back again. Hi, Anne, Gillian. Yes, Dawn, second project for Half Yard Club. I think it's going to be a very popular one. Bright and sunny in the Highlands. I wish it was here. It's not bright or sunny. It's just wet and grey. Gardens love it though, don't they? I'm just thinking of the lawn. Hello, Eileen in Bromyard and Sue. Oh, we could spend all hour saying hello to everybody, couldn't we? Hi, Kay. Hi, Kim. Just have to make a craft bag for one of the tutorials. Alana, yes, she's trying to find them. It's quite difficult because you place an order, you buy hundreds of these things, then you go back to the same company and they don't do them anymore. So she is looking for handles, and your correct parcel is in the post, first class today as well. That should be with you tomorrow, hopefully. Hello, Andrew in Ireland, and Louise is in Malta. Oh, Sharon, thank you. I really appreciate that. The Half Yard Club is it's a little bit different to other clubs that I've seen because it's huge to start with, but there's so much involved in it. It's not just me giving you a project. There's a whole team of us building lots of projects for you, and information and a way to talk to each other with the Ask a Member, and it's like a forum, and it's just this growing community that myself and all of the girls, and they're all girls, that work for us are so proud of. I'm fine, thanks, Leanna. So for you to recommend that in your sewing club, we really do appreciate it. There's an awful lot of work and an awful lot of people involved in it. And it works. It's incredibly popular. We've got thousands of subscribers, which is really nice. Right, I'm scrolling down a bit because I've got so many messages. Yes, Sarah, I hope so. I'm trying to make it as close as I can to the fabric that I've got here. The curtain fabric is going to be different because I was just using up some of my scraps to make this one. I wasn't planning for making kits. Otherwise, I would have made sure that it was exactly like this. So, but we'll do our best. Just ordered. What are you showing now? I've got stuff to show you before we get sewn. Should we do that? Jilly's talking to Sue. Right, I'm flicking right down to the bottom, so I am missing an awful lot of comments on Facebook, so I apologise about that. I'm glad you like it, Angela, thank you. Oh, the cat's arrived. Lisa's cat's arrived. I wish you could put pictures on Facebook. Anyway, let me show you a bit of new stuff first, because we're thinking Easter. Look, this is really cool. I've not seen this before. This is a felt pack, but it comes in like a fat quarter bundle. I think that's really clever, and they're really pretty colours, and it's a synthetic, but it's a really nice quality felt as well. So I tell you what, if you have a look on the Create and Craft YouTube channel and put Create and Craft Debbie Shaw, I made some Easter egg decorations, and they were all made from felt. They were really nice, if I say so myself, with little embroidered rabbits and I don't know, stuff. What was on there? But all made from these kind of colours, and they work really well for, you can use pinking shears to cut them out. That would be a nice idea. But they're all in pastel colours, so perfect for spring. And then look, we've got buttons to match, and if you look on the website, we've also got bunny buttons. I don't have them in the studio with me today, but we do have bunny buttons as well, which would go really well, so they match. Oh, and look, Kim's been busy coordinating. We've got rainbow webbing. I think that's 1.5 inches wide. I can measure. I could let you know that. 4 centimetres, or yeah, 1.5 inches wide, so it's quite thick. That goes really well. And then look what she's done. Whoops, look what she's done. Ribbons. So if you go for the whole kit, and I don't know what you're going to make, but they all match. There's 50 meters of assorted ribbons in these packs, and there's all kind of, there's twine, there's organza, there's probably a bit of grosgrain in there somewhere. You've got gingham and printed ribbons, but look how it all matches really well. We love that. Oh, Andrea's been busy, ordered the webbing as well. So those are all the pastel kind of things we have, but the ribbons, I've got a bigger studio and I'm still running out of space. The ribbons, we also have in brights. I think they're called summer and spring, not sure. But again, that's 50 meters of all assorted, including twine and ginghams and printed and satin and organza ribbons. And what else have we got? Ribbon wise, it's the only thing Union Jack we've got for you at the moment. So we have ordered some Lewis and Irene Union Jacks, but this would be nice if you're, I don't know, stringing buntings, making ponytails and pigtails. Wine bottle bags, Tina, that's a good idea. For if you're celebrating the Jubilee, maybe having a street party, Jubilee ribbons wrapped around. Even the stems of glasses would be nice, wouldn't it? Hello, Marina in Portugal. It's nice, isn't it, Nikki, having a matching set like that? Susan loves the matching colours. Who else have we got? Oh, hi, Jane. Made the felt Easter bunting with the grandkids when I was homeschooling them last year. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I remember that. I didn't send me pictures. I remember you doing that with grandchildren. Who else have we got? Brian loves pastels. My wonder. Lois says, oh, wine doesn't have time to get into the bag. Is it a straw or is it intravenous? Hi, Andrea. Hello, Julie Jones from France. Hello, Melissa. Brenda. Hi, y'all. She says, beautiful day in Tennessee. Well, I'm having a good day, Brenda. Hopefully you are too. And if you're not, hopefully we can bring a little bit of sunshine into your life and cheer you up a little bit today. Bridget's sitting here with, what's ecstasy? Oh, really? Knitting mud at my feet, bag pattern on the floor to cut out templates and watching Debbie. She's in heaven, craft heaven. Oh, you're having a chat between yourselves, lovely. I've got 2 new fabrics to show you, so I'm not going to, no, Karen, I know, but it's nice to have a little bit of respite, isn't it, and take a few minutes away from all of we have the news on all day long, but it's nice to just step away and breathe for a little while. Thank you, Celia. I've got 2 new projects to show you, and fabrics to show you, and these are quite special because they're jerseys. They're a really lovely quality of jersey, but they're organic. So they're soft, they're breathable, they're cotton. They've got the stretch in there because it's jersey, but really, really comfortable to wear. But these are 100% organic jerseys, and they're just a lovely, lovely quality of jersey, which is nice. It's nice to wear something that's just you've got the best quality there, don't you? So we've got the 2 designs at the moment. We're going to be doing a lot more jerseys in the next few months because we've got some patterns coming up which will require jerseys. So we're building up quite a repertoire of jersey fabrics. If you go to the new on the website or type in jersey, you'll see the whole selection of the jerseys that we have available for you. But those I like that one. I like them both. Dress top, I think, top with black jeans and just a dress with loose fitting with a belt round it. I think would be nice with that, personally. Hi, Kath in Toronto. Purple send in your eyes, funny, Diane. Spring cleaning. I'm glad I distracted you from the spring cleaning. Whose birthday is it? I missed that. Oh, Julie. Happy birthday to Julie. Kirsty made owl jersey to make a top. No, not difficult. Oh, sorry. Messages again, really, really quickly. Jersey isn't difficult to work with if you, sorry, who's that? Oh gosh, sorry, I've missed your message. I've got so many messages coming up. It's like, Sarah. No, you will need a stretch, no, not a stretch. Go for a jersey or a ballpoint needle. That's going to make it easier to sew. This isn't too bad, but if you find that your jersey curls over at the edge, then spray starch it to within an inch of its life, over and over and over and over and over again, until when you iron it, it stays flat, and it'll wash out afterwards anyway, so don't worry about that. A walking foot can help to stop the fabric stretching as you're sewing it, but it doesn't fray. You don't need to hem it. You don't need to finish off seams or anything like that, and it's comfortable to wear. So it's a dream fabric, really. Who's going on the naughty step for cleaning? Sarah's eldest is 31 today. My eldest will be 41 next week, and my youngest will be 27 next week. Don't babies grow up quickly? Oh, Helen, it's your birthday as well. Lots of birthdays today. Okay, should we sew something? Shall we do a bit of sewing? So again, if you just joined us, we're going to make a bag, but it's a nice big useful bag, but it's simple. I called it no frills. It's got no pockets on the inside, no zips, no pockets on the outside. It fastens with a flap with a magnetic snap. It's a really, really simple bag to make, but it doesn't look like a simple bag to make, and that's the kind of project that I like, particularly if you're thinking of gifting this, maybe Mother's Day present, maybe. Cherry's son is 49 on Friday. Oh, happy birthday, Cora, 69 yesterday. Yeah, these kids grow up too quickly, don't they? Okay, I am going to use, now I have made a video for this, which will be uploading onto YouTube at 5:30, so after we've finished here. If you miss anything or you want exact measurements, they'll all be in the description box underneath the video. So I'll measure as I go, but I'll be measuring in inches. So if you're a centimetres kind of person, then you'll need to have a look on YouTube, and it's all in centimetres as well. Okay, so let's do that. And I had a tape measure somewhere, so just bear with me for a moment. So, oops, Elaine's son, 41 years. They grow up so quickly, don't they? 14 inches across and 10 and a half. 10 and a half inches down. They might be a bit different on YouTube. For the patterned fabric, and then for the bottom, 14 inches across, 6 inches down. Okay, but again, don't worry too much about that, because if you have a look on YouTube later on, you don't have to worry about watching, taking notes, I should say. I do watch. Just happy birthday. Lots of birthdays in March. So what happened 9 months ago to make everybody rather busy? So that's the top fabric and the bottom fabric. So we're just going to sew those together. So right sides together. Yeah, I've got two boys, two Piscean boys, 2 days apart. 14 years and 2 days apart, but the 8th and the 10th, and I always get them mixed up. I can remember Tyler's when I think about it a lot, because he's the 10th of the 3rd and Kimberly is the 3rd of the 10th. But I do get my boys' birthdays mixed up even after all these years. So much so, I shouldn't tell you this really. When Tyler was 18, I bought him a driving licence and filled in the form and everything, and put his birth date in wrong. So I put it down as so it still is the 8th on his birth certificate, which came in handy actually when we did go out for dinner on the Saturday night, because the 10th was on the Sunday, because he could show his driving licence as identification to say that he was 18, even though it was the next day. Right, I love it when you talk to them amongst yourself. It's a nice thing, isn't it? Oh, Karen's on the 10th of March. Oh, Sylvia, be tempted to buy. That's what we're here for. The Pink House on my right, Amanda, is the second project for the Half Yard Sewing Club members this month. So that'll be out on the 15th of February. It's nice when you chat amongst yourselves. It's a nice little environment here. Oh, I'm on a long stitch there. On a Wednesday afternoon at 4 o'clock. And we're getting quite international. So I might have missed some of your comments, but I know we've got, obviously in America with, sorry, I was all thinking about what I was going to say next. So we're in America, and I've seen Australia, and I've seen, where else have we been today? Nick is on the 18th, Ginny's on the 26th. Oh, hi Beverly, she's just joined the club. Welcome along. Sel's just finished work. I can't remember what I was talking about now. Where in the world are you? I think is what I was talking about. So we've got Australia, we've got America, and we've got the UK. I've seen Ireland. Rosina's granddaughter's 12 today. Cheryl's on the 11th. I've had lots of birthdays in March. Okay. So top fabric sewn to bottom fabric. I'm just going to press the seam open, so let me switch my iron on. Oh, Mother's Day, yes, Mother's Day's in March as well, isn't it? Forgot about that. I didn't know there was a Stitch Festival on Friday, Zoe. Where is it? Is that in London? Is that, Denmark, Somerset? Oh, let me see where else you are. Portugal, Marina. Sorry, I missed that, didn't I? Eva, Denmark. I told you we're all over the place. I must get a map. Gary said before now about birthday, St David's Day. It was my son's David's was due on St David's Day, thus the name. Yeah, Gary said about getting a map and sticking a pin in there for all over the place, wherever you are. I think that might be a nice idea. Monday's birthday on Saturday. Okay, so I'm just pressing the seam open, then we'll put the interfacing on the back of it. I didn't say Taunton, did I, Lisa? Did I say Taunton? I've said that before, haven't I? Sorry about that. I don't remember saying that. Julie Jones is in France. Right, so I'm just ironing the seam open. And then I'm using a Decaville light because I wanted the bag to be quite, press open, quite firm but not thick, if that makes sense. So I'll show you Decaville if you haven't seen it before. Did I? I'll leave that there. So this is it. If you haven't used it before, it feels like thin rubber. And it's got a shiny side and a matte side. The shiny side is a gluey side. So I'd normally use a bigger ironing board than this, but I'm going to iron from, oh, look at that, I haven't cut it wide enough. That was clever. Let's do it this way. I'm going to have to join it, but that's fine. Can I join it that way? Can I join it that way? I can join it that way. Right. So let's pop that in. Ideally you wouldn't join this, but for some reason that's come up short. So nice hot iron from the top side. And let's give that a press. Over there. Kind of start in the middle and push your way out with this. And as hot an iron as your fabric will take. And you can use steam with this as well. Just a warning, it does get very hot and it takes a few moments to kind of cool down before you can use it again. And try not to touch the Decaville with your iron because you'll get glue on it. So let's do that. Fancy cutting that? So I'll just snip down the side. That sounds like an interesting holiday, Lisa. If you haven't been there for a while, you may find some interesting things. Right. Just painting the new cutting table made for a dirty, broken chest of drawers. That's a nice idea. It's nice to kind of upcycle a few things, isn't it? Right, let's do that. We'll be fine. So if I'm using fusible fleece or wadding, you can quite easily join that together. This isn't quite so easy, but it's going to work. for what I'm doing here. Just goes to show, doesn't it? Oh, Debbie's notifications aren't working. Yeah, it's not so bad with canvas, Basilia, because it's quite thick. But I did want that a canvas won't stand up on its own, not the canvas that we sell, without some kind of interfacing. So that's why I use a Decaville. But this is just a cotton, so I definitely would use some kind of interfacing. But it could be a foam or a fusible fleece or something like that. Okay, that's that. Chop this off. Maria's on holiday in the Cotswolds. I hope you have her. So that's going off the table. Having a lovely time. Snip across there. Or you could have your motorhome, your caravan in the motorhome, couldn't you? That would have been a nice idea. And my friend Melissa does that. Right, so I have joined that together somewhat, but that's okay. Because maybe you've only got some bits of fabric left over anyhow. So that's the one side. I'm going to do the same with the second side, and then I'm going to top stitch along each side of the seam. So let's do this one. Again, give me a few moments because I'm going to have to join this one together again. But it's not a problem. It works fine. Ooh, shiny side up, Deborah. There we go. And again, I like to start from the middle and work my way out. So I'm not pushing the fabric, I'm kind of smoothing it. A bit like when you put wallpaper on to get rid of the air bubbles. Just smooth it away to the edge. Not right up to the Decaville because you'll melt the glue onto your iron. And just do that all across. Zelle's in a glamorous location on the bus in Brum, she says. And you're back from work. Have you got headphones on or can everybody hear me? And yes, I am I can show you actually. I am on Sewing Street on Sunday. And I have two shows. So at 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to be making a cork bag. So they'll have the pattern for the bag. It's got ties at the side. It's huge. It's got a patch pocket on the inside. And it's got a nice big fat tassel on the front. Kim loves it. And there's going to be 3 colour options. So I don't know what they're called, but that's the red cork with a fuchsia lining. And then we've got a green leaf cork with a sage lining. And then there's another one with a lilac lining, but that's the one I'm going to be making up on the day. So I don't know I don't know if the pattern's going to be available on its own or the instructions on their own. There isn't a pattern for it, but they have bundled up the cork and the lining, and there's no interfacing with this one. In fact, there's a magnetic snap. That's it. So they're bundled up all of the fabric with a pattern. I'm not sure if they've done the pattern on their own. Jolly well hope so. But this is exclusive to Sewing Street, so I don't get any say in that, and they won't be on my website because they're exclusive. So yes, I should be on Sewing Street on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock with those, and then they're launching my Pets fabric at, I don't know what deal they're doing, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and they'll have a pattern for a reversible bag, which I'll make up on the day as well. Haven't had time to make one up beforehand to show you. But there will be one. Oh, there's my bin. There will be one on the day. Oh, Morag's in Dumfries. Thank you, Anne. Right, let's trim this down. So chat amongst yourselves while I just do this. It's not the most interesting thing to watch. So I'm just arranging the interfacing so it actually fits my project. Oh, Janet forgot the sewing session. Oh, you're here now, that's fine. Janet, today I'm making that bag, but obviously in a different fabric. So it's a really, really simple tote bag, and it will be on YouTube, my YouTube channel, at 5:30. That's when it's going to be uploaded this afternoon. So don't worry that you've missed anything, and all of the cutting instructions and fabric requirements will be in the description box on YouTube. Okay, hello Amanda. I'm very good, thank you very much. Right. Hello, Joan in Scotland. That'd be good. Oh, I'm glad you like the pets fabrics. We've still got some of the bundles, by the way. We had loads of those, so if you wanted to order that from the website with the free ½ metre of Confederate blue, still got some. Right, that's it for interfacing and sticking and stuff. So let's top stitch along each side of the seam. Don't have to. I just think it looks nice. I think it gives a nice kind of finished professional shop bought look. There isn't any hardware apart from the magnetic snap on this one, so I think it's just nice to have a little bit of something. If you use a fleece or wadding instead of the Decaville, you could quilt this as well. Actually, that might look quite nice with a bit of crosshatch quilting across it. I think it will look jolly nice. But I'm just stitching either side of the seam for now. And on this one. Alexa, put a bit of stitching on here, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? You could fussy cut out one of the birds, and applique. Oh, I should have done that. Applique it onto the plain fabric. That'd be nice as well, wouldn't it? What have I done there? That didn't cut. And back down this side. So again, it's a very simple bag. It's not going to take very long to make. But if you wanted to add pockets to the inside, then of course you could do. Just stopping that falling off my table. Right, so we're going to trim this down a little bit. So where's my cutting mat? That is what I'm looking for over my shoulder. And rotary cutter and ruler. Everything's kind of been turned around and redecorated, so I'm losing things. How very odd. I'll use a little ruler. Don't know where my big one is. Okay, so I'm going to measure, and I'm going to use my cutting mat to do this. Let's move you out of the way. So I'm going to line that up with the grid on my cutting mat and go from the 2-inch mark here, and really do need a longer ruler, but I'm going to go straight the way down to the corner down there with a rotary cutter. Oh, just about. There we go. A bit more pressure would have helped there. And the same on this side. So again, from the 2-inch mark, wish I had a longer ruler, all the way down to that corner. So it's kind of is it a trapezium? And I think it may be a trapezium shape. And then we'll do the same with the second piece. So again, 2 inches from the top corner. So if you don't have the rotary cutter ruler and mat, measure 2 inches across and then draw a straight line down to the point. And you don't have to use a rotary cutter, of course you can use scissors, but rotary cutters are so much easier when you're cutting like this. And again, from this side, this bagging cork, Marion, would look lovely. And you wouldn't need any interfacing with it because your cork's quite stiff. There we go. Okay. So let's pop that to one side. Then I'm going to go back with my, oh no, not yet. Let's make up the flap next. So I've got 2 pieces of the coordinating fabric, the plain fabric, which measure 6 inches across and 8 inches down. So first thing I'm going to do here is to put the magnetic snap on. Now, because this is just cotton, I have put some interfacing on the wrong side. and that's G700, and that is going to be about 1 inch from the bottom. Thought I'd lost those as well for a minute. So you might have seen this 100 times before, but on the flap we're going to put the thinner side, and so 1 inch, 2.5 centimeters from the bottom. Draw a little line through the back pieces like so. Then I'm just going to fold this in half and snip into it. Make small holes. You can always make small holes bigger. If you make big holes, you've got big holes. Let's flip this over and do this. We don't do these as a pre-cut pack, I'm afraid, Andrea, no. Then we're going to sew these right sides together, just around the bottom 3 sides. So I'm not going to pin that because smaller pieces like this kind of hold themselves together anyway. The plain fabric Sylvia is the premium poplin fabric in wine red, and it matches perfectly. Actually, I'm going to let me show you this before you order anything, because the lining I'm going to make out of bright orange, and that, whoops, that goes really well as well. So you could have, you know, the same bag. If you didn't want to go for the wine red, you could do that in a bright orange as well. We don't have a mustard. You know, finding mustard fabrics has been quite a challenge. One of the things that, oh sorry, I'm trying to pick up magnets that I'm dropping on the floor. One of the things that we were looking at for I keep dropping them on the floor, and that skews the top of my head, won't you? And then trying to, I'll pick it up with a magnet. Have a look at that. And there we go. Oh no, we don't. There we go. How silly. Yes, one of the challenges we had at Stitches was trying to find mustard coloured fabric, which would look very nice on it. Right. Okay, quite worn out now. So I'm just sewing around the bottom 3 sides. I'm using the edge of my foot as a seam allowance, so that's about 1/4 inch or 6 millimeters. There we go. Then let's snip across the corners. It goes in the bin. Let's turn this the right side out, and then we'll give it a press. A wine and ivory medieval dress fit. Oh, that sounds amazing. I'm going to use my point turner. We've got these back in stock as well. And just push out the corners, then we'll give this a press. Like so. And then I'm going to top stitch around the edge of that as well. So it's not heavily interfaced, this. Again, I've used G700 on both pieces, so it's quite firm, but it's not rigid. It's still a little bit floppy, which is just what I wanted. With the fabric on the original bag that I made, I didn't use any interfacing on the flap because this is a canvas. So that's just 2 layers of canvas, and I thought that was thick enough. I didn't want it too heavy, so that's what I did there. And then let's top stitch just around the bottom 3 sides. We don't need to top stitch the open bit. I've always liked mustard colours, Nikki. Mustard and grey. And when you look back, you know, back in time, it was popular in the 80s, it was popular in the 90s. I just think it's a really classy colour combination myself. Homewares and for clothing. Are you talking about me again? Down in a pint of gin at lunchtime? Honestly, I don't even like gin. It's vodka. The colour of the plain fabric. Dawn, this is the wine red premium quality poplin. We have got some of this colour coming in actually. So if the poplin's sold out, we will have a cotton coming in as well. So that's that finished there. Now I do need to cut out 2 pieces of lining. the same size and shape as the outer bag. So I'm doing that in bright orange because I think it looks nice. So I've got 2 pieces together. Again, I could use a rotary cutter to make it quicker. And where's my scissors gone? But by the time I've got the board up again, I may as well just cut this out with scissors. And besides that, we love the noise, do we not? The crunching of scissors through layers of fabric takes me back to being a child. Righty-ho. Now, if you wanted to put any pockets in, do it now. Or when you've cut the lining out, so you can maybe put a patch pocket on the inside or a zip pocket, or one on each side, that's up to you. But this is just a very simple bag. It just goes to show, I think, that you can create something very stylish, that looks very expensive, that doesn't actually take too much time, or too much mathematics, if you like, to put it all together. I'm sliding all over the place. Debbie, the dollhouse is the secondary project for my half yard sewing club members. So you need to be a member of the club, and that comes out on the 15th of the month. So you've got a couple of weeks to wait for that one. The first one is a crumb quilted cushion and the crumb quilted sewing machine mat that I've made here. This one has a video. This one doesn't have the video, but that's the second one. And Kim's fabric, sorry I didn't see who asked that, should be out in October. Helen, you can have a tour of my studio when I finished it, because I keep changing my mind. The latest edition is a white insulated ceiling, so it should be less noisy and it should be warmer. And anyway, it's everything nice and bright in here, so I had reflectors all over the place, so they've gone. So that all needs extending down that way and over that way. And I haven't got my cupboards to go down here yet because IKEA don't deliver. Not here. So I'm going to have a bank of cupboards all the way down that. Then I'll show you around. Oh, my blinds are coming as well. We've blacked out all of the windows at the moment, but I will have some nice blinds. So when it's all done, Helene, I shall give you a tour. Tutorial using bag feet. I don't think I've got one of those. Who is that? Alana. I'll have a look into that. Nikki will what be in my shop? Sorry, I've missed it. The Kim's Fabrics. Yes, absolutely, if that's what you meant. Michelle's making Robin. Oh, bob cam is up and running. We just don't have a bob. It's raining. There is no way she's going to come out while it's raining. I'll need to make up a couple of straps, which I've kind of already started. So these measure 24 inches long and 4 inches wide. And all I've done is to crease the centre, fold the long edges to the middle, fold in half again like a long piece of binding. And then I'm going to top stitch down each side. I'll always have a seat for bobbing, Helene. I was going to have one right underneath my feet, but she's done that before and sits on the foot pedal by mistake. So Bob is always welcome down here. Just splash the iPad with cake. Oh, Helen, I wondered what that was. Oh, it's cake mixture. Oh. What kind of cake you're making? It's very tasty. Rained in Devon for 2 days. Been like that here, Lisa. It's not very pleasant. Particularly when I've got a dog with cross legs, so she won't go out in the rain. Margaret, it will be a kit, yes. It was a last minute thing because it was only last week you started asking for a kit. So we've had to spend some time looking into whether we can actually do it. So we're waiting for the fabrics to arrive. When the fabrics get here, we then send them off to be cut up and kitted. So yes, there will be a kit. It'll be a pink spot like that one. And I'll show it you in a minute actually. The fabrics on the inside will be slightly different because we can't get hold of those anymore. I wasn't expecting to kit this one. So I just use fabric out of my collection. Excuse me while I do a bit of limbo here. But that's it. So you will have yellow and you'll have pink spot and you'll have a mint green for the windows. You'll have some felt in there to do the trees. There'll be a little bit extra if you wanted to do more.
Did I hear someone say gin and tonic?
No. It's not even 5 o'clock. That's not gin and tonic.
You can have the gin when you finish.
They're talking about me already. They're saying I've already necked half a bottle of gin at lunchtime. I said it was vodka, it wasn't gin. There is no gin in that. Well, you can have that back again. It's just tonic water, honestly. Now you're going to be talking about me. Well, cheers. No, you won't believe me. The fabric for the curtain, if I start slurring, this is a lovely house, isn't it? The fabric for the curtains will be different because that was some of my fabric collection which I've run out of. So it'll be a blue and white flowery fabric for that one. And then on the inside, you'll have the green, you'll have a brown, you'll have a blue. But you'll have different for the rugs, and the base is going to be a slightly different green spot down there as well. So that's going to be, I don't know how much it is, haven't had it priced up yet. It's all very last minute because that was unexpected. And you'll have some bits for the bunting, and you'll have some Bonder web as well. And you'll have the card, and you will have some H630, I think, for that one. But that, I'm glad you like it, actually. It's been really popular. 26 on the 7th, Margaret. Yes, mine's going to be 27 on the 10th. Lisa, it's been on the market for so long now, it's a reduced price. Just be aware that it may arrive with squatters. It's what in my shop, Nikki. We do fabrics in the shop. The house is a Half Yard Sewing Club members project, so there's no pattern or anything for that. If you buy a kit for it, you'll have to be a Half Yard Club member to get the instructions. The crumb cut project at the back. Yes, it is, Virginia. So there's a video about crumb quilting, what it is and how to do it. That will include instructions, and in the video as well, for self-bound quilt as you go hexagons, which is what those are. So it's kind of 3 techniques all in one go: crumb quilting, self-binding, and quilt as you go. And if you wanted to, you could hand sew the whole lot as well. No, Sylvia, we're not moving maybe for a couple of years. It just got to, it was ridiculous what was going on. So yes, we decided not to move at the moment. Okay, so I've got 1/2 of the magnetic snap on here. I'm going to centralise that to the middle of the back, although the back and the front are exactly the same. I've lost my ruler. Oh, there we go. So let's just make sure that is in the centre, and we'll have a couple of clips in there like that. I do know what the April the 1st Half Yard Sewing Club project will be, Helene, because I've been making the video for it all day today. So I've got a Don't Tell Caroline, I've shown you, okay, because this is way too early. But this is going to be a next month's project. So, oops, the instructions are at the moment with the proofreader. I've just put that upside down, and it's a craft folder. So on the one side you've got the zip pocket, on the opposite side you've got mesh pockets, and on the inside you've got all of these pockets that you can fill with pens, and then there's those pockets as well. And this is using Bosal foam and the cat face fabric that I've got on the website, and it just fastens over with a magnetic snap. So that's divided into 2, perfect for fat quarters. And on this side you've got the zip pocket as well. But don't tell anybody that I've shown you that. Way too early, way too early. I'm just going to sew the top of the flap to the top of the back of the bag. We're getting quite ahead of these projects. So halfway through April you're going to have a couple of little characters to go into your house, but I'm not showing you those because then I will be in trouble. Okay, now I can't remember, let me show you how I work this one out. If I put the back and the front together, I'm going to flip that over, leave about a centimetre, half an inch or so, so it's not completely flat. And then, thank you, Anne, don't you dare tell anyone, I know it was you. Draw a mark where the second half of the snap's going to go. And look at that, slap bang in the centre, there's a talent for you. And then we're going to fit the second half of the snap, the fatter half, over that point there. So just in the same way as we did before, let's fold this in half and snip into it with small holes, please, if you don't mind. Push this through here. Like that. Pop the back on. What are you up to on YouTube? What's Amanda doing that she's got told off for? And there we go. It would be perfect for artists as well, Mara. That's a good idea, because you keep paintbrushes and paints and all kind of thing in there. I'm going to have to go back through your comments afterwards and see what trouble you're in over there, Amanda and Anne. And Lisa's bound to be involved in the nonsense. Okay. So put the straps on that I lost for a moment. So these are going to go facing downwards but not twisted, just to each side of the flap. So let's have another couple of things in here. That's a good idea, Dominica. Yeah, if you want to get hold of all those patterns, you need to join the club. Hello Elsie in Albany, New York, welcome along. What's the weather like over there? I'm imagining snow for some reason. Thank you, Maddie. You can watch later, actually, Elsie, because these videos are always going to be there. But if you wanted just the demonstration for the bag, there'll be a dedicated video on YouTube that will be going live at 5:30, so half an hour's time or so. It'll be on there. Always blame Lisa. I've got to blame somebody. May as well be Lisa. Right. She still keeps coming back every week, so she must enjoy it. Right, so these are again going to go on the opposite side. So I've lined the tops up together so they meet. I know Lisa has a lot to be responsible for, but I have to say I'm grateful for it. And that goes on that side like so. There we go. And then we'll sew that close to the edge again. So this is kind of within the seam allowance. Just to hold it in place before you start to put the rest of the bag together. And then the rest of it is really quite straightforward. So if you've made a bag before, we're going to put, I can't remember how I did this on YouTube. So the top of the lining together to the top of the bag, because there are different ways of doing things, aren't there? You know I love you, Lisa. I've got a tatty bit on there, never mind. We'll put that on the inside. Right, so right sides together just across the top. So, oh, bye Leanna, we'll see you again on Saturday hopefully. Gloomy, Elsie says, New York. Pretty much the same as we've got here then, Elsie. Bit gloomy, bit wet, bit damp, bit miserable. So I've got that. Whoops, it's not cut again. And then we'll do the same on the opposite side. Like that. Just make sure we're getting the right edge together. And just sew that right sides together. Like so. You're saying on Facebook earlier, I didn't realise, I know I've got over 260 videos 260 projects on YouTube. Some of them are very old, and sorry about the music. Can't take it off now. I was very young then. But out of all of those, there's 72 bag videos. I know I've made a lot of bags and I've written a lot of bag books, but I didn't realise it was so many. Anyway, let's put these two pieces right sides together. And I could, but I'd have to wait, Helene, so we'd be sitting here waiting for me to remind myself. I'm going to match up the seams at the side because I want those to meet. Oh look, the head's come off my pin. That was a rubbish pin, wasn't it? Let's use a clip instead. Oh, I've got my big ones there. Let's have one of those. I've got another one. And one of those. And just match up the seams at each side. Then I'm going to sew all the way around this bit and all the way around the lining, but leave a turning gap in one side of the lining. I'm going to leave that around about 6 inches or 20 centimetres, something like that. Elsie says she thinks she's watched all of my videos. That's a lot of hours of videos of me and various dogs. So again, whoops. Need a carpet on the floor so it doesn't make a noise when I drop everything, don't I? When you come up to the side bits as well, it's nice if those side seams or where the fabrics meet match at the edge as well, because it's noticeable if they don't. Right down into the corner. Can I reply to Anne Bennett? Does Kim get any more of the soft sage leaf canvas? I'll ask her. She's here at the moment, but she's busy. Kim, if you are watching, are we getting any of the... Is that the... Oh, I guess the sage one. Yeah, I know which one you mean. The sage leaf canvas. We sold out to that, didn't we? I didn't think we sold out. I shall ask the question, Anne. Because I'm not in charge of my own website anymore. I've handed it over to the professional. Oh yes, turning up in the line. I'm going to leave it in the side of the lining more. That's the one thing I do an awful lot is forget the turning gap or run out of bobbin thread, and I've been sewing for half a mile before I realise. Just be careful that when you are sewing around here that you're not going to sew the straps into the side seam, so make sure they're tucked out of the way. Has it? Has it? Anne, right, I'll double check on that one. So I'll ask Kim when I come off here. She normally has a list of to-dos. Oh, Donna's cooking a quiche. Can't remember the last time I had a quiche. $100 thumbs up. Can we hit 100? Are we heading towards that, Helen? I don't know. Are we heading that way? Is the lining burnt orange? Yes, Sylvia, this is actually the pre-cut pieces. No, it's not. It's the burnt orange. We've got 2 oranges. Yes, this one is the burnt orange. It goes really well. And back down here. I said turning gap. I know, Morag. Don't forget my turning gap. Which, oh, that's caught on the table. Need a bigger table. That can go there. Maybe I should send an email then. Julie, sorry I don't seem to be able to reply to comments on here. Well, we got that comment. So when I look at comments on here, they scroll really quickly because there's so many of you, and it just like this. So I don't catch all of them. So I'm sorry I didn't see your first one. Donna spent a ton of hours watching my videos. I'm glad I've kept you busy. Did you see, Jill? There's all my dogs have been on there at some point. Alfie was on a lot of videos because he was just, he'd sit on a chair at my side. He was adorable. While we had Alfie, you wouldn't have seen Rusty. He was very poorly since we had him. I had a little dog called Boots, and he was English Bull Terrier. and he's not in any of my sewing videos, but there is a video of him on my channel barking at the swans pecking on the door. We used to live in a boathouse, so we were right next to a river, and the swans would just walk out at the river when they got hungry and come and peck on the kitchen door because they wanted feeding. So the swan on one side and him on the other side. He wasn't best pleased about that. He was a lovely little thing. Right, so I'm squishing the corners now so that the side seam sits over the base. I don't know if I can pin through that actually, it's rather thick. Yeah, we can do that. And then I'm going to draw across the corner. So squish all of that out of the way. That seam is sitting on top of that seam, and I'm going to measure 2 inches from the point where the stitches end, so not the fabric but from the stitches. And if you've got a ruler like this, you can line up a straight line here so that when you sew straight across you know that it's at a right angle. The pink house gate will be the second project for this month, so I'm going to go straight across here, and that will be coming up on the 15th. So no video for that one, but there are comprehensive step-by-step instructions. Right. Slowly over the thick bit. Could have pressed the seams in opposite directions. Thanks, Lisa. And we need to do this on all 4 corners, so when I've sewn across I can chop that off so it looks like that, and then we'll squish this part open as well. If any of your interfacing lifts up, by the way, like that has a little bit, it will re-iron back down again, so don't worry about that. Right. And then 2 inches from the bottom. Never thought about Bobbin being a pin-up girl, Helene, but she'd love that. Then we're going to sew straight across there. And then do the same on the lining pieces. That looks a bit big for 2 inches. 2 inches from the point. Where did I get that from? It's nowhere near. And there we go. And sew across that line. I thought that looked a little bit deep. Hello, Marion Drummonds. Oh, thank you. This is my daughter's fabric choice. She's got, have to say, very good taste. And it's lovely to work with her. Oh, Christian's got a grandson called Alfie. How sweet. Okay, let's chop across here. And then the same on the lining pieces. So with Half Yard Club, so you've seen April's, now you know what March's is. And we will be doing, I think I said the other day actually, Kim has designed a waterfall waistcoat. So I think that's May. May sounds an awful long way off, doesn't it? But I'm sure it's not. It's going to go really quickly. Do these two together. So yes, it'll be, I think a no pattern. I'm not sure. I don't think we're going to need a pattern for it. So anybody can make it to fit their own measurements, which would be quite nice. So we try and do, you know, sometimes dressmaking, sometimes quilting, sometimes upcycling, sometimes bag making. So every month is different, and the second project for the month is always very different to the first. Like, for instance, crumb quilting and dolls' houses, very different. And then next month with the craft folder, and then little characters. And there's an extra little bonus for next month as well for your secondary projects, because not everyone wants to make a doll's house and Wendy and Walter, do they? So you've got an extra little bit of something thrown in for next month as well, because we're like that. We're nice like that. Right, lost my scissors, pins out. We're nearly done now. Have some Bosa wood and Decorative. Yes, you can, Donna. Bosa would work really well for this too. You'd have a nice firm bag. That's what I wanted. I kind of a bag that would stand up on its own. So Boastful, yes, that would work really well. Rosina's in the middle of hand stitching and binding on a cockwood. I love hand stitching binding. No, for children's fabrics waterproof. We do have, Denise, the I think it's called Leatherettes in the pink and the blue colours. It's water resistant. I don't know about waterproof for that one, and it's in a pack of 2. If you have a look under pre-cuts on the website, it should be there. Crumb quilting, Marion, is using tiny pieces of fabric to make a quilt. So when you look at these, I mean that piece there is only that big, but you don't actually cut, and that one's only that big. You don't cut a piece of fabric just to that size. You kind of piece everything together and then cut it, and then piece it together and then cut it. So you can use, I think most of those pieces are only 2 or 3 inches long, so very small pieces. You never throw any fabric away again. But then there's a way of kind of piecing them all together to create that kind of effect with it. I chose all blues for mine because I thought it would look nice. But if you do have a lot of spare fabric, maybe black and white would look really good, or just lots of brights or lots of pastels. And if you don't have lots of scrap fabric, you can just cut up fabric. You just need small pieces of fabric to make them. Have you ever made a bag to carry 6 bottles? I haven't, Andrea, because from what I've heard, 6 bottles wouldn't last very long anyway. Right, so I'm just pushing this out. The Decaville is quite stiff, and it will crumple, so it's a little bit like stiff card, so it will be crumpled when you push it through, but that's okay because we just iron it then. So let's do this. I have an awl, so I'm going to pull the 2 sides of that away from each other and just machine so that I would normally change the colour of my thread to the colour of the fabric, because I'm using like a burgundy on bright orange, so it's going to stand out, but I haven't got an orange here anyway. Oh, that didn't sound too good, did it? I think I've just run out of bottom. Oh no, I've come undone. Normally makes that noise when I'm running out of bottom thread. Let's rethread it. Hand sewing binding, says Janet. It's taken me a year because of building work and operation. Ooh. I just find it really satisfying, the actual sewing of the binding, but also the way that it looks when you're finished. So I'm just rethreading that, so hopefully the clunking noise will be solved. Right. Pick all these bits off. Okay. I didn't make it's a dress actually, Helen, and no, I didn't make it. It was from Next. I should be on commission, shouldn't I? They've done a whole William Morris range of different clothing, and I love the colours on it. So thank you. Hope you like it. Oh, Debbie, that's another one I love. English paper piecing. When you get the time to just sit and relax, and just love doing that. So that's my bag so far. Let's push the lining inside. So I think it's quite a nice shape as well, because it's got a narrower top than the bottom. But it's big, which is what I love as well. So let's give this a press just around the top. With things like this as well, if you've got a tailor's ham, I've got a very long skinny one, a bit like a sleeve ham, but I made it for So Useful, one of my books. No, Sewing Room Accessories. And I made it a deliberate shape with a square bottom so that I could fit it inside bags to press them, because I make so many bags. But that would help around here. Okay, I've done that bit, I have done that bit. Then, I'm just going to sip of this cold coffee, really thirsty. I'm going to top stitch around the top. So that can come off there. This slips over here with the handles up. I'm going to start from the back. So push that down inside, handles up. So under there. And I can lengthen the stitch now because this isn't a structural seam. And I think this, again, it looks nice. I do like a bit of top stitching, but it helps to keep the seam at the top nice and crisp and straight. Again, lumpy seams take your time over. And I'm just trying to pull this so that the seam sits right on the top. And I'm folding over the top of the Deckerville, so it's not best pleased with me. But it's doing as it's told. Well, for the most part. That seems to have curled back a little bit. And just keep going all the way around. Whereas, gosh, it's 5:15 already. This is taking me longer than I thought. Remember, there will be a dedicated YouTube video with all of the correct measurements and everything on the instructions there. You know what you need to cut. You can make it in different sizes. You can make it wider at the top if you wanted to. Just have quite a narrow top. But I wanted I wanted the flap to really close the top of this. There we go. And kind of not have any gaps around it was the plan. Right, a final press, methinks. I'll just give this a steam because I don't want to, in fact I could do that. Don't want to flatten it too much, but it is a little bit crinkly from where I turned it the right side out, so it just needs a little bit of a going over, shall we say. Whoops. And on that side. And is the flap okay? The flap's okay, handles are okay. I think we're done. Remember to turn that off. The pattern fabric, Sharon, is, I can tell you what that is called, because it's one of the newer ones on the website. It's Tropical Birds Cotton Poplin. This one is light teal. There is a navy option as well. Actually, when I'm done, when I go and it says see you again on Wednesday, the fabric behind there will be the navy version of this. But yeah, there you go, that's the bag. And it's quite a nice shape. That's the one I do on YouTube. Actually, that looks a little bit wider for some reason. I think that might be 16 instead of 4, but have a look on YouTube. That one was 14 inches wide, cut down to that. I'm sure that was 16, so it's a little bit wider. But I kind of like this one. I don't know about you. So again, have a look on the measurements on the YouTube channel, because I film. Oh, and when you watch the video, I was filming when it was all stormy last week, and you can actually hear the rain thundering down. I do apologise there, but that's what the noise is, not interference on my microphone. It's actually the rain thundering onto this wooden roof in the studio where I am now, so I do apologise for that. A half-yard project to make sewing hams. That's a good idea, Lisa. I'm going to have to invest in a ton of sawdust, aren't I? It is an easy one, Lisa. I called it the no frills bag. It's just very, very simple to make. So it's nice and deep. You can fit a lot in. It's got a wide base because of the way that we've cut out the corner. So it's kind of got a triangular kind of look to it. But it's useful, but it's really, really simple. So I'm glad you like it. Okay, Nick, I've got to go myself now. I shall see you again on on Saturday. I thought we might do something a little bit Mother's Day on Saturday. Might be a bottle bag. Not sure. Should I do a project for a drawstring cosmetic bag? Jessica, yes, you've missed the whole lot. Go in now. But if you have a look on YouTube in 15 minutes time, then the video is going to be uploaded there. So you can always watch this back again, but it won't obviously be live. Thank you, Debbie Day and Amanda Dean. I'm glad you like it. Oh, it's nice that your charity stuff's been mental though, isn't it? But yes, didn't put your feet up for a while, Lisa. And Andrew's ordered the fabrics. We're keeping you busy, aren't we, Andrea? Got your book on order, by the way. See you on Saturday, Olive. Thank you for joining me today. See you Saturday, Deborah. Yeah, so I was trying to get all ahead with the videos and everything, but I'm kind of behind again now. So I shall come up with something that'll be nice for Mother's Day for Saturday. Thanks, Mary. I'll see you then. Meanwhile, you enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you for joining me today. It's been a pleasure to have your company. It's nice, isn't it? We have a nice Wednesday afternoon at 4 o'clock. And if you can, I'll see you again on Saturday. So you take care of yourself. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.